Howdy y'all, it's Chris with Show Fitness, your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Today we're going to go over should you get certified, and if you choose to get certified, which association are you going to go with. Before we get into this, make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. Our next internship in Los Angeles begins August 12th, in La Jolla, San Diego, September 10th. So let's begin by reading from the NASM Essentials of Personal Fitness Training, the 6th edition, my favorite page, 551. Oh, look at this. Book drop. Make sure to read my book, How to Become a Successful Personal Trainer, and we'll teach you so much more whether you should get certified and help you be successful long term. So, the importance of education. Currently, there are no government regulations that require personal trainers to earn a certification or college degree. However, most gyms and health clubs enforce a certification as a minimum requirement. So the other day I got a message from someone on YouTube and they were asking, basically, why are you knocking certification so much? And I want to get certified. What is your suggestion? And so we developed a flow chart. I'll post it and also share it on Instagram story about should you get certified. So you got to ask yourself, where do you want to go within fitness? Do you want to go corporate, which would be like an Equinox, a Crunch, a 24, LA Fitness, or independent? And then you got to ask yourself, do they require it? Equinox in New York, they do not require a certification. Equinox in California, they do. So if you want to work at that gym and they require it, then you need to get certified. So then you need to go down the rabbit hole and ask yourself, which certification should you get? Amongst professors and true fitness professionals, they're going to tell you that NSCA and ACSM, they're the best. So let me tell you a quick little story about myself. So I graduated with a degree in kinesiology in 2006. I got my ACSM, which is the American College of Sports Medicine, in 2006, and I began training. I went to a higher end gym and we got a new manager, and all of a sudden management now made everyone get NASM certified. NASM is a profit organization. They want to make as much money as possible. That's why they have 13 plus certifications. They are a humongous certification mill. So they want you to continue to buy the CES, the PES, the WLS, the FNS. I've gotten all of those because when I was teaching at National Personal Training Institute, that's the material that we taught. So I would go through it and I'm like, geez, this stuff is just ridiculous. You take it by yourself at a testing center, not a testing center, sorry. You take it by yourself, you can grab some buddies, get some beers, get your phones out and find the right answers and you'll pass it in 2 hours. And that makes you a credentialed personal trainer. On these forums where I was reading about the YouTube individual who was talking about should I get certified, everyone was just blasting personal training. Everyone's a trainer today. It's such a fraud. You can't be successful long term. You don't make that much money. And it just blew my mind at the mindset of these individuals because it was so negative. It's because it's a toxic industry because it's not regulated, but you can be very successful if you're smart. Hence the big circle in the middle, which is an internship, where you go to school or a personal training program, you learn anatomy, movement, the SED principle, size principle, muscle fibers, how to coach and progress and regress and truly understand personal training, of which so many people don't. I consult regularly with fitness managers, and I love the recent interview I had with a top guy at Equinox, and he told me that in his experience, 90% of trainers quit within the first 12 months. So there's this onboarding 90-day period that like 60 to 70% of trainers don't make it. And these are statistics. We'll have students that will finish our internship, they'll go to Equinox, and all of a sudden they'll have 10 people in their class, with their onboarding class. 6 months later, 3 are left. The majority of people quit because they get a certification. They don't go through a school. They don't truly understand movement. They don't have the confidence. So when you read the NASM textbook or NSCA textbook or ACSM, I just like picking on NASM because when I was at that gym, they required us to get NASM certified. So I started formulating, like there's some type of conspiracy and a higher up, you know, they must be getting paid. I don't know. But it was just interesting to have a degree in kinesiology and ACSM, and this gym was requiring me to get a NASM certification. I got to freaking stand on a BOSU ball to be certified and credentialed. So it just got me thinking, and that's why I choose to pick on NASM. There needs to be someone that is held accountable, and that's who I'm challenging. And so it's just certifications in general. So you got to ask yourself, do they require it? If they don't, all you need is limited liability insurance. If you go to a corporate gym, they will probably supply that for you. On the independent side, so do you want to get your own clients, which is more challenging, but you're going to probably make a lot more money. Here in West Hollywood, you can charge 100, 125, 150 per session. So if you go to an independent gym, maybe you're paying 20 to as high as 40 bucks per hour. People always bitch and complain, oh my God, it's so much money, I'm paying $1,500 in rent. Start your own gym and tell me how it's going. We're going through San Diego right now, and we're going to begin with a nice $50,000 debt. Just the equipment, the flooring, the turf, signs, insurance, all that stuff costs a lot of money. So you have it the easy way when you go to an independent gym and you're paying 20 to 40 bucks an hour. It's not that bad. You'll be walking home with 110 bucks. You got to ask yourself, does that gym, not yourself, ask the management, does that gym require you to have a certification? And a lot of them will say, I want NASM certification. So if they do, you got to go through and get one of these certs. NSCA, ACSM, NASM, ISSA, ACE, there's a lot of certifications out there. I suggest going through NASM because NASM is the easiest. Our study guide will teach you chapter 6, 7, 14. If you want to get into 19 and 20, go through those as well. But don't read chapter 4. Don't read chapter 11 and 12 because those are going to be about performance enhancement. And they're not going to quiz you much on that because they want you to get their sports and conditioning certification, which is horse shit. So when it comes to certs, if you want to work with athletes, if you want to work at the D1 level, collegiate or professional, you need to get your CES, which is Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. You need to have your AED CPR, a certification, and then you can take that. You need to have a college degree. And I think in 2021, 22, I'm not sure the exact year, they're required to be specific to kinesiology, which I think is amazing. So unarguably, the best certification, if you want to work with athletes, is your CSCS. If you don't care about working with athletes, you just want to get into that gym and start training, NASM's the easiest. Get our study guide, will help you pass that. If you want a little more respect and you want to use that title, ACSM NSCA, they're the best. Now, if you want to continue on and get more certs, which people ask, I want to get more certifications. Ask yourself why. If you're doing it just for the piece of paper, at Crunch, for example, they're going to pay you more. Sure, go get more certifications. If you're going to get an extra $3 per hour, go get like the ISSA has probably one of the best corrective ones, and that's from Dr. Waterbury. I've reviewed that one. I think it's great in comparison to NASM CES. I don't think that one's as good. That's just my own opinion. I think the CES is overrated and it's too expensive. Don't go that way. Go the ISSA route. It's going to be better for you. If you want to get into sports, again, go CSCS. Ask yourself, why are you getting these other certifications? Maybe your gym will pay you to get a pregnancy certification or a cancer certification. Cool. People will take from this that I'm knocking certifications. I'm just educating you on why are you getting it. Most gyms don't require it. If you want to go to an independent gym and they do require it, or they don't require it, all you need is limited liability insurance. K&K insurance, 150, 200 bucks a year, that's all you need. But then, how much do you truly know? That's the question. So do you understand movement? Do you understand how to show the value? Are you confident enough to get that person to sign up for a 24-pack for 2,500 bucks? Have you ever asked someone for $2,000 to train with you? That's hard to do. And when that person says no, you start asking yourself, well, I need more knowledge. I need more certifications. You need experience, which will give you that confidence. So I'm just challenging the process to become a trainer today, and why so many people quit within the first 6 to 12 months. It's because they're not educated. They do the certification route. And if you take that route, and if you're one of those people bitching and complaining online that it's so hard to make money, it's not respectful, I call bullshit. Because our students that go through our internship, they make more than the average trainer. They turn it into a career. And 5, 10 years later, I have students that I taught 10 years ago that are still training. This is their career. And they continue their education by going to conferences such as Perform Better. Some of them do get certified because they're ones that are more respectful, like Strong First and the Kettlebell. But make sure that you go through someone who's respected. But don't seek the piece of paper, seek the knowledge. So I've gone to a lot of workshops and they give you CEUs. I don't take the actual piece of paper because it's just a process to go submit it and blah, blah, blah. I'm technically not certified anymore. If I were to go to Equinox in California, I wouldn't get hired. I'm actually thinking about doing a little experiment, sending off my resume, because I wouldn't get hired. I don't have that piece of paper. I teach trainers We understand, I know a lot compared to the average person, but there's people that are getting hired in gyms that I would not be able to work out. It's just something's wrong with the system, and I'm doing it more to educate and to put my foot down to let people understand that it's the wild, wild west. It's bullshit, and we need to fix that, and it's going to begin by educating the general population. So when it comes to certifications, you got to ask yourself, do you need it? Do you require it? It's not place required. If they don't, then don't get it. Just get your insurance and start training people. I would suggest doing some type of internship for at least 3 to 6 months, learning from people who've made this into a career. You need to get to the gym at 5 a.m. and be there until 10 p.m. and understand the processes of people coming in, the mindset of your client. And after doing that for a couple of years, you're going to understand what type of individual you want to work with. I'm not saying you got to work 100 hours a week. No. You just need to be in the gym and work with people to understand how to help them. Because the book isn't going to make you a great trainer. Getting that piece of paper at a corporate gym, you will begin to get the opportunity to do that for a couple of years. The pay is definitely not that much in a corporate gym. You just go to LA Fitness, you're looking at maybe $7 per half hour, $7.50 I think. And you go to a corporate gym like Equinox or Crunch, you're looking at 20 to 30% of the hourly rates. So then people get discouraged, they get bitter, and then they just base the whole entire fitness industry and say personal training is a fraud. And I'll be the first to tell you it's not. The entry standards are. So when we change it at Show Up Fitness, that you need to go through an internship for a minimum of 3 to 4 months, and you understand how to train, and then you go down there and you practice it not only on your classmates, but real people, real clients who are paying money, and then you talk about money and you get transactions by swiping a credit card, and that person now turns into a client long term, your confidence goes up. And then you will make this into a career. So again, watch the whole video, and if I get comments on here, why are you blasting certifications? I'm blasting the entry standards, and that's what I talk about in my book. So there needs to be uniformity, that people need to come through an internship, get the qualifications of learning movement, observing, watching people who've been around for a long time. I've been doing this for 13 plus years. And I continue to learn, and I get CEUs every single year. I go to Perform Better. I learn from, this year I went to the hip and shoulder from Tony and Dean. They've had that like 3 or 4 times in LA, and I go every time because those guys are so knowledgeable. It's humbling just being in their presence. And you need to surround yourself by people who've been around and made this into a career, and they're charging a lot, because then you're like, oh, I can actually do that, but it takes time. I got a buddy who's a trainer and a strength coach and a therapist, and he's been around for 20 plus years in the fitness industry. He charges $750 an hour. That's nuts, but he deserves it, and he's a top coach, and every dollar for that hour he deserves because he's a top trainer and he's been around for that long. So he earned his stripes. And you can do the same if you're patient, if you work hard, if you have a positive mindset, if you continue to invest in your knowledge by reading books, finding top trainers, coaches, athletic trainers, strength coaches, learning from their mistakes and asking them good questions, investing in yourself, investing in your clients, and remembering why you got into this. And for me, I got into this because I love to help people, and I can help more people by teaching. And as we continue to grow, we're going to help more people, help more clients, help people understand that personal training isn't a fraud. If you do it the right way, which is education and going through an internship, you will make this into a career, and you're going to be really, really happy. So should you get certified, go through our flow chart. We'll post it so you can see it. Love your feedback. If you want to become a trainer, Los Angeles Show Up Fitness Personal Training Internship begins August 12th, and then San Diego, La Jolla, September 10th. Have a great day.